BodyBags, where horror lies.
Welcome back to BodyBags. This is week number 383. This is a random review week. I'll be your host, Jason from Horrific Nightmares. And this week I picked Project Metalbeast. Now, Project Metalbeast is a 1995 film which runs approximately 92 minutes and is written and directed by Alessandro De Gaetano. Now, he was responsible for Butch Camp, Bloodbath in Psychotown, and Haunted. Now, this stars Kim Delaney as Anna DiCallo. She was in Tone Deaf, Finding a Family, and The Devil's Child. But most people know her from that war show. I can't remember what it was now. For some reason, it just escaped my memory. Something Bay, I think it was. Anyway, this also stars Barry Bostwick as Miller. He was in Megaforce, which is one of my favorites, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Spy Hard. And finally, Kane Hodder as the Metalbeast. He, of course, was in the movie Prison. He plays Jason Voorhees in Part 7, Part 8, Part 9, and Part 10. And he is Victor Crowley, and he also plays Victor Crowley's father in the Hatchet series. Okay, I'm going to get into a brief synopsis, and then I want to talk about this DVD a little bit. First of all, I liked the movie. I thought the movie was a lot of fun. You basically have an agent or two agents that go into a werewolf's den in the beginning to get werewolf blood. That's what they've been after for a long time. They confront a werewolf, they kill it, they take its blood, and they bring it back to a research facility. Now, in this research facility, which is run by Barry Bostwick, and he plays a pretty cool bad guy in this one. They're doing research on the werewolf blood because they want to make an ultimate soldier, a killer, a hunter. And they want to mix lichen blood with human blood and do all kinds of experiments with it. Well, the one agent who survived, the other agent died from the hands of a werewolf. He actually has been looking for werewolf blood for a long time, and he wanted to test it on himself. So he ends up stealing some of the blood and injecting it into his body. Now, this happens, and he basically goes crazy in this facility, this experimental facility that they have, to where they finally put him down, and they actually put him on ice for years. Because they still want to experiment with him, they just can't have him running around killing everyone. So now this is years later, and they have been experimenting on him while they keep him frozen. Well, of course, he ends up thawing out, and all hell breaks loose from there. And I'm pretty much going to leave it there, because they do experiment with the wolf, and there's a reason why they call it Project Metalbeast, but you'll have to watch it for yourself to find that out. Now, of course, I did like this film. I thought it was a lot of fun. It kind of reminded me of, I was talking to a friend of mine, it kind of reminded me a little bit of a TV movie because of the fade out shots. Almost like there was supposed to be a commercial there. But this is actually rated R. I don't know if you can see it down on the bottom, but it is actually rated R. And like I said, it's a fun movie. Now, what I really wanted to talk about was the DVD. This has been anticipated for a long time because a lot of people like this movie and have it on VHS. This is put out by MVD, but they're just a distributor. The company that actually got a hold of this is called Invincible Entertainment. Now, I don't know if that sounds familiar because I know a lot of people haven't seen one of the other films that they put out, but it's called Hanukkah. And Hanukkah had a multitude of problems. First of all, a bad batch of Blu-rays got out, and the sound didn't match up with, like, the voice didn't match up with what was happening at the time. So it was obviously a defect from the factory. And you would think they would make good on this, being a fairly new company to do this sort of thing. But they didn't necessarily tell people to go pound sand, but it's really not far from it because they haven't done a whole lot for anyone. So, and that's kind of a shame too, because I really wanted to see Hanukkah. I had planned on purchasing it, but I'm not going to now, not with a company like this. And I probably wouldn't have bought this either if I'd have known it was the same company. Now, the problem with this DVD is it's a VHS rip, is basically all it is. It's in full screen, and the sound is not that great. Um, Now, here's where I'm going to be a little bit torn. Do I recommend this film? I do. I just don't know if anyone should really waste their money to go out and buy something that's obviously inferior quality. And I'll leave it at that. I think it runs for about $10 on Amazon. You know, do what you will. I don't know. I can just tell you the history of this film and what I saw. I mean, the transfer is not terrible. They probably used a better VHS quality picture, but it's still a rip. So I probably could have gotten this from a company called VHS PS, who does oddball movies, and VHS rips them. But you know what you're getting. You don't expect it from something like this. So that's all I'm saying. But this is going to be my last review for BodyBags. I wanted to thank everyone who's watched, who's commented. I wanted to thank the guys from BodyBags for having me. It's been an incredible honor. Unfortunately, I have some family things that I have to deal with that, is going to leave my channel as a bit on the uncertainty sort of tip. But again, thank you to everyone. It's been a really fun ride. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.